Alright, this is going to be a shading and lighting, just a quick video. Load SWP build here. We've got sprite tags text off to the left with 108, high tag 108, lighting pulled up there. Let's just start a new map. And I'm going to build a quick sample room. This is literally the 8th time I've made this video, by the way. Fraps was messing up on me, so I'm going to put a cement pillar kind of right in the middle of the room. So this is what we get. Just going to raise everything up to a usable height here. Alright, so I'm going to right alt select and darken this whole room down. And I'm going to hold the minus key on the numpad and just darken it right down. Now you can press and hold quotation and press S, and that will give you a numerical value for your shading increments. So that's quite a handy thing to know, actually. So we should be at 30 now. So quotation S, and we're at 30. You can actually hit backspace, set it to 0 again, but it only affects that sector even though right alt is selected. I don't know why it does that, so set it back to 30. Okay, we've got our whole room shaded. Press right alt again. So I'm going to make one side of this pillar be a light source. So we'll find the lights. And here's one. So this texture, it'll break. Like, it's programmed to break by default. So it'll put glass everywhere if you hit it. So here's our lighting source. So we figure the light's going to come out on an angle, so we'll press insert and draw some lines. Nothing obvious first, right? So we can right alt select this lit up sector, and I'm going to brighten it back all the way to 0, I think. Rotation S3, 1, 2, 3 on the negative. There we go. Basic shading is done with the plus and minus on the numpad. You can shade sprites and any wall or floor or ceiling, plus or minus. So there's some simple lighting right there. You can play with that and put a sprite on the wall. We'll have something casting a shadow. Make some weeds hanging down or something. Press F twice to flip it. And hold 5 on the numpad and the left arrow to jump in bigger increments when shrinking or expanding textures or sprites. Alright, so we'll control page up, throw that all the way to the ceiling. We want this right in the middle, so we'll change the grid size once again. We'll pull it out and see, it won't let me put it back on the wall, but I can go back to 3D mode, press O on the sprite, and it'll throw it right against the wall. So we can right shift, select that sprite, press insert, and press right shift again to unselect it, and we've got a duplicate copy of that sprite. See, it's only one-sided, so it's not showing up. So we could rotate it around, and we could press 1 on it to make it two-sided. And we could flip it back around, and now we could press 1 on it again. Whoops. I thought that would make it one-sided for that direction, but I guess I was wrong. So anyway, just flip it around, make the damn thing visible, and press O on it, throw it against the wall. I'm going to lower it down because the shadow will be bigger, and spread it out. Press T twice, no, I'm going to press T once, and hold minus on it, darken it all the way down, and darken the roof down a bit to match it. There you go, some simple shading like that. Now I'm going to delete these, what I've done here. I'm going to set it back to kind of the simple way I had it shaded. Alright, now we're going to place ST1 lighting sprite in this sector. It's coming up as the weeds, so we'll just find the ST1 sprites real quick. Okay, it's coming up block, press B to unblock it. Alright. Now the high tag, Alt-H, will be 108 for lighting sprite. Tag 2's match tag, we'll just make that 5. Alt-T, make it 5. Okay, tag 3, quotation, plus 3. We'll make that constant, so it's 0. And tag 4 is the timing, so we'll just make that a 1. Now brighten and darken amount. So we've already brightened up this sector, so we're going to use the darken amount function. So that's jump right to tag 6, quotation, tag 6. We'll make that 30, because that's the difference between the shaded and non-shaded sectors right here. And tag 7, quotation 7, we'll make that a 1. And you can bool 1, we're into the Boolean flags now. You can make the light on or off when you start. You can make that only affect the floor, ceiling, or walls with bool 2, 3, 4, 5. Bool 6, I always set that, so colon, semicolon, plus 6. I always set that to 1. So that way if I've changed the palette of this sector, it will keep the palette change. If you do not set bool 6 to 1, it will revert to the default palette. So it takes the coloring away. And so we've got a match tag of 5 for this to turn it on. So we'll just throw a sprite on the wall. We're going to make a light switch. So press V twice. Find the light switches. There's one. Brighten it up. Maybe change the palette, Alt P to 4 to make it kind of gray. Fits the motif of the room kind of. And I'm just going to resize it a bit because it's kind of too big. It's still a bit too big. Anyway, we'll raise it up a little bit to make it a better height. Alright, so we're going to make the low tag of this, Alt-T, we're going to make that 211. That's a switch or a trigger area that will switch, or that will trigger repeatedly. Whereas if I made that 212, it'll just work once. So Alt-H, the high tag, is going to be a match tag to the lighting sprite. So there, we're ready to test this. So scroll lock to place a player start position, escape, save as, new board, 85, whatever, 86, some random number. And I'm going to play it, and we'll test it. So the light's off, click the switch, light comes on. Alright. Now if you flicked it down, the light would go off. I don't know if I did that, but... So you can also have this come on automatically by setting the bool 1 to 1, and I don't think you'll even need the switch, but if you did that, now the light's going to be on when you start, so this switch will actually work properly if you use the on position sprite. So we'll save this, play it, and bam, now we can turn it off first thing. Started when it was started on. And the last thing here, just if you wanted to make flickering with like a fire, so you don't have to change too many things. Just tag 3, quotation plus 3, make that a 1 for flicker. And tag 4, quotation 4, we'll make that 9. That's how fast the fire flickers on and off. That's personal preference. I've seemed to arrive at 9. I think it looks pretty indicative of a fire being in the sector. I don't know, I think that's it. That's all you gotta change. So hit escape, save, play it. And we will test this out. Yep. Now it's flickering as if there was a fire or a light malfunction or something. And you should be able to turn that off. Yep. Alright, so I hope that's just a quick example of some shading and lighting.